How's everybody doing? All right. So I haven't been live in a while, so there's a lot to update everybody on. So hopefully the connection stays good and I don't buffer that much tonight. That's the norm. It normally buffers, so I apologize for that now. So there's some stuff going on here. So we got April Fools tomorrow. So watch the news is going to be saying tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of funny business going on. So we got a couple people in here. So, all right. So we're going to do some updates. All right. So I got a trial coming up. So come over to the comment section, everybody. Let me know who's in here watching. It's buffering. Yeah. I apologize for the buffering. What's up, Tico Train? What's up, Lincoln? Lincoln? Yeah, so I got trial on the 19th. I believe it's the 19th of April. It could be 2 days. It could go longer. It could be shorter. I don't know. I've never been to trial before. So, and for those of you who don't know, I have trial for, they charged me with crippling in the third degree for taking down the pride flag in June of last year. Jury that will be deciding, and if you can, just pray. Just pray for me about it. So Tico Train says, what is the third degree? It's the lowest class misdemeanor. It's basically the lowest misdemeanor you could be charged with. So did you get a, spiritually, he's not the right lawyer for me. He goes and they fly the gay pride flag at their church. So he is definitely not the right lawyer for me. Says Tico Train, can it possibly be dropped? Yes, I mean buffer. I'm sorry that it's buffering. Let me see if I can get this here. Yeah, sorry, you guys are gonna have to deal with the buffering. It says flip flat. Haven't been here in a time. Hope everything works out. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, well, I try to get rid of them. I wanted to represent myself. That was denied. I wanted to change the venue, and that was denied. I want to use the First Amendment as my defense, and that has been denied. So Judge Neto will not allow me to use the First Amendment because here's the conundrum. If the judge allows me to use the First Amendment, it means that the city has violated my rights and that they cannot proceed with charges against me. So Judge Neto has denied, look up criminal tampering in the third degree. It says that if the person believed they could do so, then they're not guilty. It says right in the law, if the person believed that he had the right to do so, then he is not guilty. So that says that in tampering. So that one of the aspects of the law is that if the person believes they have the right, which I have the right, then they're not guilty of that law. So we can still prove it without the First Amendment. There's no case. They have to drop it, but that's not what's going on. Governor Cuomo and the Watertown's elite want me shut up. They want me out of their lives. So Rich Flat says, "What'd you do with the flag?" I put the flag in the drop box so the city could recover it. But instead, this kid, Brandon, watched my video and he ran over there and he took a stick and put the stick in the drop box and fished the flag out, ran out to the side of the road, flagged down a cop, and the cop put the flag up. And then a couple days later, the news came out and said no charges were going to be filed. And then said, or he wanted me held accountable. That's what he said. He wanted me held accountable. Cuomo said that is when they set up the thing to arrest me with Officer Freeman. And when I was being arrested, Officer Freeman's phone kept going off. And he even said to me that even the governor was wanting to know my exact whereabouts at that time. And he said he's never seen anything like it. So I know it's telling me it's buffering real bad. I'm sorry. I said Cuomo's involved on this, so whatever. So it's going to be in the hands of a jury. Update everybody on my run for council. I did not get enough signatures to qualify to get on the ballot. That's okay. I learned a lot. It's my first learned and use it next time. So next time, Donnie Lee for mayor. That's right. Donnie Lee for mayor. That's going to be my next plans, and that's a 2-year. We'll see how that goes. So they can't. So Rich Flat says they can't get you stealing. That's good. Yeah, my intention was never to damage anything. I wasn't going to steal anything. My whole purpose was to exercise my right to grievance with the city and take their flag down in my own protest. So yeah, so there was no like ill intent on my part. I doing was an act of protest, and you're protected by that. And nothing got damaged, nothing got stolen. Placed it in a safe location that it could be retrieved. But a kid went, and his name is Brandon. He's the one that always goes by my little Q, and his name is Brandon Woosley, and he's the main witness in this trial thing that's going on, and he's one of my stalkers. So Brandon, if you go back to some of my old hiding out and watching me behind the generator, he was hiding behind a dumpster, is completely whack job. Every time he sees me, when I'm at City Hall, he runs. He just runs. He just runs. I mean, he's got a mental health issue. If that's how he sees me and he takes off running. I mean, that's crazy. And he makes a big scene about it too. He'll scream and go, ah! And this kid has been trying to get me arrested. Has contacted the Watertown Police Department. So Flipglass says, doesn't your mayor in Watertown sort of like you? The governor doesn't like anyone except pretty women that work for him. Okay, I will give it to the mayor. I think he kind of sort of likes me. Like, me and the mayor, I kind of like, I'm like a child, all right? And let me explain what I mean by that. The word says, scripture says that we must become like children that enter the kingdom of heaven. And I've always entered each day as a new day. So even if I argue and not get along with somebody that day, tomorrow's a new day. So as you can tell, some of my interviews with the mayor go pretty smoothly, and he'll answer a couple of my questions. And then you'll see other videos where the mayor is completely ignoring me, running away from me, and asking questions. So my relationship, and that's like with anybody. That's like with anybody that's in media or anybody that I interview, you know, they, even though I come across with some hard questions, or a lot of people say, why is he even asking about flat earth? Like, people in this town, Watertown, are stuck. People in Watertown are so clueless of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So they have a lot of opinions about me. So most of my subscribers that are flat earthers do not live in Watertown. Now, I do have a lot of subscribers that do live here in Watertown, and they're just on this page to all the bigwigs and the elites for them. They think it's funny. So good mindset, especially in a business sense. Today, like I said, is a new day for me. So just a regular person, right? And I'm asking you questions that are too difficult and it makes you mad, and I keep asking you and you want me to leave. It's better off for you just to answer my questions. It's just better off for you, because if not, I'll just keep it up. And I'm okay with that. All right. So if you agree to go along with the interview is going to go much better for you. If not, those times, right, when they don't. Do you think they cause violence? Absolutely. Everybody knows, because here's the whole thing. If you did it, I don't even have no video games. Okay, I don't play video games. I have one friend who has a video game system. He always begs me to play, and drives me nuts. But don't get me wrong, these things do, for a fact, psychologically place it in your mind that it's okay for violence. Same thing with television. So it's not just video games; it's the television. It's the content. It's the content of what you're doing. And Raise the Dead. So if you made like a Jesus video game, people and healing people and stuff like that, I mean, you will see a rise in that. So yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely affects minds. It's all programming. They don't, you know. Um, Something else I do all the time is, as I do the radio show on AM 1240, I'm one of the callers. I call in to the radio show about, vaccines, creation, government stuff, you know. But one of the callers yesterday mentioned that it's depressing. It's so depressing that the government's out to get you, and the government's out to kill you. The government's out lying to you. Though that's depressing. Yeah, it is depressing that that's going on. But I'm just observing what I see. All right, I'm observing what I see, and it's all bullshit. I mean, that's plain as day. So I had an Atari 2600. Cool, Lincoln. My first video game, my mom bought in like 1990, 1991, or something like that, was Nintendo. And I tell you what, I could play that game for 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'd be running out the door to go play outside. So even then, video games never caught my interest, even as a kid, even as a little kid. So I can play them for a few minutes and then that's it. I'm done. I can't do it. So Tico Train says, funny how people tell you you're being negative. No, they're being evil. And we are the watchmen that are called to expose them. Yeah. So here's something interesting. So there's two shows on the AM 1240 that you can call into. Now, Jeff Graham used to do both shows. Now at 5 o'clock, they switched over to Glenn Curry. And Glenn Curry, I honestly thought was not going to allow me to call his show. I really thought that Glenn was just going to hang up on me and bar me from calling the show because, if you guys have been following my videos, you know that I have made some Glenn Curry videos. All right. We were at a media war over the podcast room, and now he's doing the 5 o'clock radio show. But I have to give it to Glenn. I do respect Glenn on the sense that not only did he not hang up on me, Glenn is actually asking me questions, Glenn, than I ever did with Jeff Graham. So when I talk to Glenn, I'm talking for like 5 to 7 minutes, on the radio versus a minute. So that surprised me. And here's another thing, because I'm known as the flat earth guy. So that's what I'm known as here locally. I mean, I'm pretty sure you ladies out there known as the flat earth women, or the men out there, the flat earth guy. So I'm known as the flat earth guy here in town. And this was something that Glenn did that he wanted to call me Donnie Noah. So he changed my name to Donnie Noah when I do the radio with him. Hey, that's fine. I actually like that. I told him that I'm very honored to be associated with Noah, because he said that just like Noah, everybody's laughing at him, that Glenn associated name on the Live at 5 show, Donnie Noah. Cool. I got a new nickname. So let me read some of these comments. So no time for the television. Funny how many people tell you you're being negative. Yeah, I read that one. Flip flat. Yeah, the Atari. Lincoln. Haven't watched TV in 13 or 14 years now. Yeah, I don't even have to see somebody's house and the TV's on and there's a dead spot in the conversation. It's the only time I watch the TV. I just don't like television. It drives me nuts. Dana Burt. Do you SU? What does that mean? Do you SU? Syracuse University? I'm not sure what you mean, Dana. All right, so there's a lot more people in here. I got court. I'm gonna just go back over this. You probably already heard some of this. I got trial coming up on the 19th of April. So it's gonna go before a judge and a jury. Well, it's already been before the judge for 10 months now. So much for speedy trial, right? I thought I had a right to a speedy trial. Here it is 10 months later. They tried to impeach me from testifying at my own trial. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, yeah, you heard me right. They tried to impeach me from testifying at my own trial. The judge told him no. All right, thank God. I mean, that was the one thing that the judge found in my favor in the 10 months that I've been dealing with him. But on Friday, the DA wanted to impeach me from testifying at my own trial. I didn't even know that was possible. I was standing there in court when the DA said that. I kind of felt like President Trump for a minute. I was like, they're trying to impeach me? I didn't even know that was a thing. But Yeah, the judge denied that. I mean, the DA would ask that. I mean, that just tells me that the DA is scared the shit right out of them. That they want to shut me up. Like seriously, you're trying to get me not to testify in my own trial. I mean, that means I can't face my accusers. I mean, that's what the whole court system is all about. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. All right, they already took away my First Amendment right. All right. Well, they didn't take it away. They think they did. All right. They think they did. All right. Um, I mean, trial is going to be. I don't. Here's the whole thing, Mr. Hallett, my lawyer. If you're watching this, you need to do everything I tell you because if you do not do what I tell you, it's going to get really embarrassing for you in that courtroom. All right. We already went through this before, Mr. Hallett. I will call you out if you do not listen to me. So, with that being said, who knows how this trial, this monkey trial that they're throwing together is going to go? Yeah. Yeah, it's a sign of fear from the DA. Absolutely. I mean, the first sign was that they denied me to use my First Amendment in my defense. That's the first sign that they know they got a bad case. I mean, with them trying to impeach me from testifying, huh? I mean, you might as well just skip trial and just send me away. All right. Why don't we just skip trial and you guys just take me downtown? You know what I mean? How about that? How about we just skip? You know what I mean? Like it says prayer works. Don't worry, Donnie. Yeah. So thanks for reminding me about prayer. And I did like right before court. I prayed and it worked because the DA tried some BS and the judge denied it. So I mean, right there, power of prayer does work. So here's the whole thing. I'm playing with a set deck. These guys got a set deck against me. All right. They've already lined it up and done everything they can to basically execute me. All right. So they're doing what they can to rig the game. But let's see if these jurors have any common sense. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be something. I wish I could record it. I wish I could record it, but you can't bring any cameras into the courtroom. But you can attend it. People are allowed to go to it. The public is allowed to go in there. So it would be very interesting to see how it goes. James Todd says, can you read my comment, Donnie? Was there another one? What advice? Oh my God. What? So, James, I'm going to read this question that James has said. What advice do you give a gay flat earther trying to come out on both to his parents? Well, do they watch my channel? Because now they know. So if your parents watch my channel, they know now. So what advice would you give a gay flat earther trying to come out on both to his parents? I don't know, just tell them you were wrong about the globe and you were wrong about homosexuality, to repent like for the globe, all right? I had to repent to God for believing in the globe. I did. Same thing with any other sin that you're dealing with. So I see that's your way of saying that you're gay. You just got to tell God yourself. Yeah, so just repent. I mean, you made a mistake. You don't want to do it again. So the justice system is anything about justice. They don't follow their own rules and is rigged and corrupt. But I have faith in prayer and in ability to speak because he'll be given words. Thank you. That's very important, Chico Train. So let me, the last part that Donnie's all right. People are worried. You got to prepare. You got to have a whole big speech. You got to have a whole big speech written on a bunch of paper and all that stuff. No, that's not how I operate. Um, God will give you the words to speak in the moment you need them. So the dude, what's up? What's up, the dude? So I've been thinking of going to a Catholic church confession. Well, you can't confess the globe to a globalist. I mean, you confess to God. You don't need to confess to a person. That's a mistake right there. You can confess your sins to God. Temptation on that person to spread your rumors, and then who knows? It's not good. You don't need to go to a priest. You can have communion with the Father yourself, and that's what Jesus was all about. Okay? Jesus was always trying to refer everybody back to the Father. Okay, Jesus, when he healed people, what he do? Was it easier to say, stand up and rise, or is it easier to say, oh, I'm sorry that you're hurting? What's easier to say? All right, that's important. You know, power of spoken word. Um, so we can have that relationship with Yahuwah, with our Heavenly Father. All right, you don't need to have an intermediary where you go. Buffer new live stream. I should do a new live. Oh, I'm actually thinking about doing a giveaway. Thought about doing a giveaway. But the thing is, it's going to be kind of unfair for the people who don't live here in Watertown because you have to be kind of close by to win the giveaway. Yeah, so I've been thinking about doing a giveaway. I really just haven't decided how I'm going to do it. I actually just had the idea probably about an hour ago. I've been thinking about it. Can I win? Yes. Actually, jf.okay, you're probably would be one of the top people that could win it because here's my idea. I want to do $100 giveaway, and the only thing is the first person that came by to pick it up. So that's what I would do. So I don't know. I'm not going to do it tonight. It's too late. I'm not going to do it at nighttime. It's going to be during the day, but I've been thinking $100 giveaway. And if you come over to pick up the $100, you have to allow me to record it. All right. So, but I have been thinking about doing $100 giveaway, and maybe that's something I could do tomorrow. So yeah, jf.okay, you could definitely be one of the people that win it. Because I don't care who shows up. It could be a hater. You don't even have to be a flat earther. You just have to be watching my video, and then I'm going to announce it, and then just meet me where I tell you to meet me. I don't know where I live either. I know you do, jf.okay. Expose everybody to jf.okay. jf.okay, New York State Trooper. He works for the New York State Troopers. He's a cop, and not only is he that, his channel is really big. So he's pretty famous. Actually, I think out of all the media social media people that been on my channel spoke in there, but yeah. So he's the guy. He's all about Tesla. That's what he makes his videos on. So me and jf.okay, we've been going back and forth, having. Well, he thinks that I'm stalking him, which I'm not, because social media. I mean, it's just you can write your own comments and whatnot, but it's pretty amazing that the podcast room was going to be for a flat earther, but ended up with a guy who makes videos on Tesla. I mean, that's spiritual right down the middle. I mean, for those that have spiritual eyes and can see things, I mean, come on. I mean, there's no clearer than that. You know, no clearer than that. So JFK, I'll pick it up. Well, here's the whole thing. So let me tell you what I've been thinking about. My idea is I'll go live sometime, make the announcement that first person that comes over, give them the $100, and that's it. You know, so you would have to be watching my videos and or be watching for my notifications, and so yeah, I thought about doing that. Yeah. So I don't mind. So it says Jeff, okay, you didn't hold up your end of the deal. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Um, every time I would do something, Jake would add something more and more and more. Jake tells you I didn't hold up my end of the deal, and that's not true. I did so much for that man that you have no idea. All right. I mean, I feel like that, Joe, but that's not what happened. Says Rich Flat, give the city a rainbow colored Confederate flag. No, 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 I don't want to do that. So Tico train. So yeah, So George's in here. George is one of the people that are on JFOK's channel. I'm not sure what George does in real life. I guess he's a rapper too. So George LeBar, he just came in the comments. So yeah. So George owns in property. Okay, and George LeBar are people that are famous up here, and I guess I didn't know that about George, that he's a West Coast millionaire. So George is pretty set, and that's pretty cool. A spinning ball flying through space. All right, I mean, what is good to profit the world and lose your soul? All right, so I mean, it's very clear that people have been successful, but at what cost? So I don't know. Listen, I mean, that's has some pretty good connections. I know wealthy is around wealthy. I understand that. He also he also owns a company that manufactures for globes. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't sound to me a bunch of BS. So I just want everybody to know that JFOK is a New York State trooper. You're a cop. So we got a cop section, so we got to be careful what you say because cops be watching my channel. So Donnie, what is your favorite non-Christian band? Um, well, it's probably to be something to do with country. You know, there's some really good. Most country singers are started in gospel. So probably Alan Jackson. He's known as a country singer, but his roots are in gospel. Ours says Donnie, jf.okay is a bigot. No, listen, I don't think he's a bigot. He's both of y'all just don't know what I know. So it looks like they're just messing around on the channel. So you're in jail. He probably is. He probably just arrested somebody, and he took him down to the jail, and he's watching me on the cell phone while they're processing the person. So George, are you a cop too? Because I don't really believe the stories now. Because I was trying to be genuine, but I can see that you guys are not being genuine. But that's all right. We got distracted by a couple of Globers. Oh, that's from. Oh, I'm in jail. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good video, right? That video got over 10,000 views. Yeah, that video was pretty nice. That got a lot. It was a 3-second video and it shot right up. So, yeah, I'm in jail. Yeah, that was a good one because you're not supposed to film when you're in jail. And I did, and I posted it. And Officer Freeman got promoted. Officer Freeman became Detective Freeman after arresting me. So I was that case that pushed him over the top. So Officer Freeman became detective after he arrested me. So jf.okay says that you bring that up. Um, Not only that, I had a cigarette in my mouth. who can have a cigarette in jail? But yeah, that was pretty funny. Oh, what's up, Jake? So, Donnie, City Council 2021. So, no, I didn't make it. The ballot for City Council. So, it's okay. I learned a lot and I got my feet wet, and I'm going to take what I learned and use it next time. So, in 2 years, Donnie Lee for mayor. Donnie Lee for mayor. That's what I'm doing in 2 years now. Oh, that was in my ear the whole time. So when I got arrested, I had a cigarette that was in my ear, and my phone was in my pocket. It's not my fault that Officer Freeman did not take these items from me. Oh, hi Danielle. It's great to. Oh, I'm so happy to see Danielle in the chats. What's up, Parkway? So George says that was the best video. I don't know how you pulled it off. That was. I do have to admit, the one that I was in jail and it was 3 seconds long. That is one of the best videos. I just got lucky. I I just got lucky. It was a last second decision to make that video because here's the whole thing. Officer Freeman was afraid that I was going to film him when we were talking in the car. He asked me, he's like, "You're not filming me right now. I'm talking to you about this." And I said, "No, I said, I'm not filming." And that's what gave me the idea that I should be filming. So I want to give Officer Freeman the credit for putting the idea in my head about recording our conversation, even though I only got 3 seconds of it. because it was never on my mind to record what was going on until Officer Freeman he looked at me too from the front seat. He was like, "You're not recording me, are you?" So no. Then I said, "Oh, maybe I should." So, here's another thing. As Flattery Check said, they lied about detaining me. She tried calling to find out where I was, and they lied to her that I was not down there. Meanwhile, it was all over the news. Before I even walked into the jail, it was gonna get a Tesla. Probably not. Probably not. I would be interested in an electric car that would be a basic electric car, which means I would not want my car connected to the internet. If I had an electric vehicle, I want it to be stock, bare bones, nothing connected, no GPS, satellite, bull crap. I wouldn't want it connected to the grid like that. If I was going to go electric, it would be simple electric. But no, I don't have any desire for. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of electric. I understand electric motors, and that is a very good motor. But when you try to add a bunch of different features that shouldn't be on a car, lost my interest in it. How much are those? A basic model Tesla, like 60, 70 grand? That's really too much. That's way too much. I mean, a simple electric car should only cost like 10 grand. So, 35,000 for a simple electric. Well, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of driverless. I've seen the videos where Tesla drivers are just not paying attention, and then their car smashes into the side of the road because their car turned them. I do not want an electric vehicle that can turn itself. No way. Anybody seen was that old movie called Christine? The killer car. Whoever got in it, they drove, and was that the car that was the killer car? Like that old 1955 or whatever kind of car it was, Chevy. I don't even know. What about an electric pumping? Yeah. So, all right, Jake. So let me bring up what Jake just brought up. Donnie, the driverless is a 10 grand option. All right, didn't know that. Says, what about the electric pumpkin? So, pumpkin. I have a TikTok video where, yes, jf.okay. That was a troll video meant to troll you. So, if you guys want to know what he's talking about, you go to my TikTok and you'll see it's called the Tesla Model Pumpkin. So, if you wanted to look it up, it's called Tesla Model Pumpkin, and it's a spoof. It's my way of making a joke about electric vehicles for days. I mean, for days over that video. I thought that was so funny. So, JFOK, you did inspire me to. JFOK, you did inspire me to make a TikTok, and you definitely inspired me. Because I tell you what, you really are doing very well on social media, and I wish I could do better. And it's pretty, and I've been doing this for a long time. So when I seen your YouTube channel that you had for a year at over 100 million views already, that blows me out of the water. All right. So I do understand that you got it going on in the social to figure that one out. Found it offensive. You offended me. That's okay. We're allowed to be like, Yes, I was doing it because here's the whole thing. Now, actually, Jake showed me a long time. I was first working on the podcast room about you. All right, and your channel has had and what you're doing on TikTok. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. But I had no idea that he was trying to do some other stuff. But listen, I commented on your video about having city council candidates come into the podcast room. And instead of you responding to my question about that, you responded to my name and started to pick on me because my name is Flat Earth Watertown. Once you started to pick on me, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go after this guy too. So you became somebody that I put in the spotlight and try to expose. I tell you what, though, it really caught me off guard when I found out that you were, man, of course, why not, right? Of course, there had to be. Um, Donnie, you need better internet. My connection's not so good. So that. So hold on a second. I've been going live for almost an hour. So I'm sorry about my internet. It was not. If I had a real budget, better internet. So metal pancakes, pink hoodies. What's going on? Parkway, Isaiah 24:1. What is Isaiah 24:1? The Bible's over there on the couch. All right, so I'm surprised that we had a couple of people drop in here from other channels that are massive channels. So Jeff actually the largest social media person that I know of here in Watertown. I don't know if there is anybody that has more views than jf.okay. I mean, I'll give it to you. I'll give that to you, Joe. All right. So hands off to you on that. But I'm sorry, even though you make fun of me. But one day you'll find out. Earth is flat. 24:1 is that verse. Okay. Okay, there it is. So it says, Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and make it waste, and turneth upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. So I would like to know the more context. I would have to go back to read the previous chapter to understand better 24:1. Yeah, that seems like one of those verses that you definitely need to read what Isaiah is talking about there, or what time and or what city or what place is being described there. Yeah, so I'm sorry about the buffering problems. Um, it's just the way it is. Just the way it is. But I haven't decided how I'm going to do it, but I do want to do a giveaway, and that's something that I'll announce later. So look forward to that. And I got court coming up. I got trial. We went over that already. I really have more plans right now to go to City Hall. Right now, I didn't go to the last city council meeting. I don't plan to go tomorrow, or not tomorrow. This Monday. I don't have any plans to go, and I mean it could change. I mean it could change, but who knows? So I appreciate everybody coming by. I've been live for almost an hour now. So I appreciate everybody. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right. So let's make sure we get that done. Hit that subscribe button and share my videos. Don't share my live because the buffering is really bad, but share my other videos. Help me direct people to my channel. jf.okay, you don't need my permission, but you can make fun of me on your channel, and maybe you can make a poll. You should make a poll. So one thing that JFK does all the time is he makes polls, and he polls people. You should ask people if they think they're over flat. You should make that poll just to see what the people say. Says JFK. No, I appreciate it, everybody. How that goes. It would be the channel's first one. The channel's play. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for coming by.